I really would have liked hard engage with that composition as well.
Yeah.
Because it makes it a lot more consistent. I think they still have great ways to start fights with either Pioshik or Dudu throwing themselves into the enemy team. But yeah, so you have, you're on blue side. You have one winning lane, and that's the Taliyah, and that's not a hard, like Taliyah shouldn't really stomp lanes,
It's an even
right?
lane, yeah.
You should be able to get prio. You're not really threatened by the Azir either. I think the Taliyah, but you have both your side lanes, I think, are hard losing. And you're playing into Poppy.
And you also make walls for Poppy.
Yeah, I don't love what DNF have set up here. They do have great ways to enable Berserker, which that's kind of the
plus from me. And on the side of the DM Freaks, a little bit more rough. Still, only game number 1. Let's get into it. See how everything goes.
Is that worth it? But that's not the Mantra one, though. So could have been worse. See when Kellen chooses to use that. That's where a lot of the damage is going to come from. There it is. Ooh.
Owie. Disengage option.
There's a lot of disengage.
As the Blooming Bursts are at least doing a fair bit of work here, as my goodness, the poor little minion getting obliterated. Of course, Life's health bar is actually not doing too badly. Kellen just continuing to be as frustrating as possible. His range... Well, B&K are looking to try and kill Dudu here. Doesn't manage to get the heroic charge, and so Raptor is just going to book it out of there.
As Valdis also highlighted, we'll keep going back to this, that Pumyung gets to play an actual game and not play against the best mid laner in the world. That's nice. Now, that's a big win. It's not Chovy again.
Exactly. And Dudu's going to have his back interrupted, which is just annoying. You can see a demolished proc, so that might even just be 2 plates eradicated here. No cannon in this wave, so that one is just gone. And so this is what Raptor's been afforded, right? So it just means that he can kind of babysit clear and make sure that Dudu has no way of flattening, and Pioshik going to be able to bully them away. But you can see Kellen well, they can definitely see Kellen just spotted on that Scryer's Bloom. Is Diablo moving back down towards the bottom lane, and it looks like we are just going to have this dragon ignored for the minute.
Looks like it's just a 2-for-1 grub exchange in the long run.
Yep. And no one being able to pick up an objective feat of strength just yet. As Diablo playing very aggressively, actually throws down the barrier in that trade. Blooming Burst going to miss though. That does mean that at least B&K going to win. Well, right now it is very close to a Tangle Barbs. Not quite working out there as Kellen. So much value with the Mantra Q as now Dudu having to try and get away from clear here as the public execution isn't great. He's going to need another shot. Finds an auto. Needs another one though. There it is. And it's a first blood. The top side of the map as Pioshik's coming in looking to try and see whether he can get a follow-up kill. That Hammer Boop's going to have to be necessary here as level 6 has been claimed. Starts off with the ulti, pushes clear into the wall, and there's the boop away. Flash forward here from Pioshik. Almost gets out.
I want to see what the setup is here, because this must be a bait based on how insanely, because we know Pioshik is towards the top of the map, but Dudu, why are you going in that early? It's Jay sitting on a serrated Dirk. You don't win this matchup early.
Yeah.
What about how he was able to do that after all those years?
It doesn't get better here for Dudu, apparently. As Clear is going to grab yet another kill. Raptor very comfortably comes on over, finds the heroic charge this time around. And Pongyan going to look to try and answer here as he throws the wall down, but I think he's just hoping that this experience, possibly under fire, is going to spot Pioshik as he makes his way over. Pongyan not going to be able to get in there, though, and there is nothing here to help tank this one up. As Clear is going to have to go back to base. He's going to be able to trade positions here with Vic. And now Kellen looking to go aggressive here towards his bottom side of the map. Has the Inspire movement speed, but he is just zoning. And Life now finds himself in a whole bunch of trouble. Voidseeker comes in, and there's the flash forward. Raptor already getting out of there, because cool guys, they do not look at explosions. They are often yordles with hammers. And that is more plates going on over to B&K Furex. Berserker at least gets down here to try and grab the wave, but oh dear, this is not great news. Look at Diablo.
When you watch your buddy tilt Q and you're like, you should have stopped 3 games ago.
Yeah.
Like all of this, right? The fact that Dudu's getting dove, and Raptor making a consistent impact on the map. The fact that we see Berserker flash just to desperately stay alive as the Poppy is running towards him.
And if it's there, up and available, then the cooldown could be like 400 years, and it wouldn't matter. You gotta put it on cooldown to make that one work. As Heroic Charge, and where did she go? All right, Keeper's Verdict is in, and it says that Nico is out, as is the rest of the DNF Freaks. First turret will go down here as B&K grab themselves some feats of strength.
I assume he tried to flash.
Yeah, he tried to flash to not get heroically charged, and then still got heroically charged.
And then given a lot of criticism over the years for playing fast and loose with their leads. They played fast and loose from behind as well.
B&K doing the let's make multiple plays at the same time thing. Vikla gonna have to flash. Get out of the way of that one. DN Freaks planning on defending the mid lane instead of top, and that means that Clear is able to come on over and take solo turret gold.
Pumyon is really trying. By the way, so many of these
Talia is really good, as that was a late steadfast presence here. Good knock up here from Goshik as well, as Raptor just flashes over the wall. Wrong, and this is one of those times. DN Freaks now down about 4,000 gold as we tick towards 17 minutes in this game. Like Raptors. Now Dudu looking for an opportunity, doesn't find the ultimate though, unfortunately, as Clear still could be in trouble. Punyan coming on over, there's a Pop Blossom onto two Seismic Shove there at the same time. They have only just managed to take down the Jace. And the fight will continue. Diablo finding some autos onto Punyan here, as this is a very aggressive position for the Ezreal. Finally, Vikla makes his way forward. The rocks are on the ground. And he was still just biding his time. And of course, it's hard when life's in the game. Raptor and Diablo getting to work here on Soul Point. And that is one of the issues in going for a fight like that. As Callan not going to be able to find the Q, and you're right, there is no turret, and he just puts the Ambassador on a leash. Raptor looking to find his way into the fight, but with some defense by the DN Freaks bottom lane, they're able to get the Poppy out of there, so...
Good escort.
Yeah, kind of all right.
Escort mission successful. Dudu does make it out.
Oh, Life finding the Tangle Barbs. He throws down the ulti. Pop Blossom's good, but Vikla just gets over the wall. That was didn't actually land, so it's going to be fine. Kellen now in trouble as the wall comes on through. Flashes, still dies. I think that was definitely going to happen as Keeper's Verdict gets rid of one. Berserker has to flash to get out of the heroic charge, but now Pioshik is all alone in front of 4 people. He's going to have to flash himself, and now it's Clear that's in an awkward spot. This is a very strange scenario, as there's a public execution, finds Diablo in the backline as the Sun Disc goes up. Wave that he's going to march on down.
Oh, Raptor went Trailblazer. That's kind of cute.
Pioshik going to get pushed back here by Vikla, but maybe Vikla didn't like that decision. Pop Blossom is on to 2. The wall coming through as well, but the Nico is already dead. Just a little too early is now Pungyan having to deal with Diablo. The flash has to come out, but once again, Dudu is surgical with this public execution. Still, Diablo is going to survive. Oh my God, the Raptors almost killed him. Raptor, you have to be so careful. The rest of your team is actually 7 screens
they turn
away.
on you and 2-tap you because you're a hacker. Yeah, that makes sense.
Like, I got a 5-man. It's heroic charge, but Raptor is now having to deal with everyone. Oh, Pungyan, we're looking for the wall. And he throws it down. It's in an odd position. He wants to lock down Kellen, but he has flash as the Keeper's Verdict is just going to be thrown. Raptor, can he keep him out? No, he can! Oh my God, somehow it's Vikla that locks down the Dragon. Not sure how that really worked here as Dudu gets over the wall, just trying to escape other DN Freaks. His life once again. That's a great ultimate, buddy, but it's just not going to help you at all. Yeah.
We have Pungyan and Berserker who are very clearly wanting to be a part of the fight, and they just don't. They don't find an angle, they're not given an angle.
It would be a lot of power if they were to lock that one down. I kind of just want to see the extra statistics they're able to put together. Instead, they're going to go for this inner turret. Pungyan comes on over, but it's not really going to help them. It goes down once again, the E forward, obviously. Heroic charge finds an angle onto Pioshik. He does have the ulti, but they all get into the circle. Diablo's just able to take him out, and the Seismic Shove does nothing. It's another kill for the Ezreal as we zoom in on a possible teleport ward. But you've got 2 dead. You're just not going to really make anything happen.
Did Life die off screen? That was just Pioshik, right?
Was that we were zooming in on a corpse? I thought we were just zooming in on a ward that someone could teleport to.
There's too much happening, and none of it is good for the die. The fact he doesn't get hit by it, I respect that.
Pop Blossom comes through. Raptor's now in potentially a bit of trouble as Clear dives on top of Berserker. He knows exactly what his target is. The Q is on the floor and he gets a double! What the hell, Raptor? That was obscene! And now it's Diablo's turn, chasing after Pyoshik here. He's got a red buff. It is ticking, and I don't think that this Xin Zhao is going anywhere. Yeah, he's just going to stand still because he knows that he'll just have absolutely no way to do anything. This could just be game, set, and match as Vikla diving on to Dudu, throws away the ulti because, yeah, you may as well. Some Conquering Sands coming down, but he doesn't really need to conquer the Sands. They're looking to take down the Nexus, and that will be taken out. Pengyan, unfortunately, going to suffer a loss on his Talia, but not before killing Diablo and possibly keeping this game alive. DNF going for that desperation Baron. You'll also see it. True Shot Barrage just used to check the Otacon. The rest of the team going to be here. The minion goes in. All right, yeah, Life looking for that angle. Does find the double Pop Blossom here as Raptor. He's pretty tanky, but he's not quite tanky enough. Vikla's like done with this game almost entirely. Is the public execution going to be used onto Diablo? They're just trying to buy time though. Diablo wanting to take down whoever he can, whichever straggler they can find. Pengyan will get on over here though, as now Vikla needs to work out what he wants to do. Is it going to be kill the Talia? And the answer is yes. And now with one extra super minion here in the mid lane, Life, you're not going to survive that, buddy. And one after the other, they are diving forward. Oh, the Void Seeker would have been the end of him. Dude does find the angle though. And once again, you're exactly right, Chronicler. They can indeed hold. Be an honest 5v5 though.
Nexus.
And
they have an open Nexus. Not the Soul! Not the Elder for Nexus!
I mean, Clear is already in. He's like, all right, well, that's going to be a Mega Cone as he flashes in, but it's still Pyoshik that's able to lock down the Dragon. Heroic Charge just to buy a bit of space. But you can see, the turret! Yep, the turret is going to respawn. The teleport going to be used to get on top of it, and both inhibitors are back up. They are completely trolled. It's like Death at Worlds, ladies and gentlemen, as are the stakes here. Start. Oh my god, the fact that Clear, like it's respawning, there it is. And now he just can't even hit it anymore. Oh, this is so obscene. Okay, in picture, now in live, we have the Baron being taken down. The DN Freaks, that is going to spell a gold lead, baby!
You start getting more and more frustrated with it, because you're like, I said this wasn't gonna ruin my day. But guess what? It has. It has ruined your day. It's about to ruin your game.
Well, now you've got Clear, who's continuing to try and split push. That is going to be the game plan here. Otacon, and that will likely just be theirs. It's not the most valuable. They will be able to get a whole bunch of petals from it. That's going to help them out. 4 items now completed for Dudu as well. I mean, Clear he's about to finish his last one, but still, this game
just a little bit. No Ying in.
Oh dear, well, Void Seeker is going to find the Ezreal. Pengyan going in, not sure about that one. Flash out from Kellen, not wanting to tempt fate there.
The poke from Berserker actually starting to...
Oh dear, there's a heroic charge, but no follow-up onto Dudu. True Shot Barrage also going wide here as Berserker makes his way over. Teleport in. That's going to bring Pengyan back into the fight once again, but Dudu is in a lot of trouble. And there is the Pop Blossom, but it's not going to find Diablo. Life. He went for the Hail Mary as there is the public execution, but it's onto Diablo in the back line, and there's no one following up. Empress Divide onto 2. The stopwatches are being broken all over the place as Life does take down Vikla, and somehow Pengyan finds the shove to possibly win them the game. The flash over from Pyoshik, the seismic shove once again onto Clear, but Berserker's in trouble, and Raptor finds him. Look at the base! It's another one, and Pengyan! I like it. I don't know whether this is the kind of game that we want here in the LCK, but it is damn entertaining, and the DM Freaks, they deserve it.
형들 너 거기 또 괜찮냐? 나 이거 퍼피 괜찮아 퍼피 높을? 퍼피 높을? 나 걸 거다 이거 우리 걸 거야 나 걸 거다 아지도 봐도 된다 나 괜찮아 이제 이제 높을 하나 높을 갈 수 있냐 이제 높을 거의 너무 빨리긴 해 2초 얘들아 이거 아지다 풀 있거든 나 풀 있거든 아지다 풀 뜰게 나 이쪽을 깨지. 다시 잡았어. 앞에 천천히 봐줘. 맞아. 제트 맞. 레이스 높을. 레이스 높을. 나 높을이야. 레이스 맞아야 돼. 레이스. 둘다 높을이야. 둘 다 높을. 오케이. 둘 다 높을이야. 둘 다 높을. 맞아. 죽지 마. 둘 다 높을이야. 둘 다 높을. 얘들아 직관을.
DNF was like, wait, what? We won? They're looking kind of shell-shocked.
Yeah.
That's a gold graph.
That's a beautiful gold graph. DM Freaks with 5,000 gold in the lead, but they were down 8K in that game. This was one of the most colossal throws that we have.
It's a don't, Sante. I don't think that matchup is great. You're playing into a good amount of percentage of and the buffs. Think of the buffs.
They need more early game damage. That's what they need. Just play all for the first cash in on the Draven. You know this feels not great.
You know what this comp? Now this comp is legitimately Berserker.
Yeah.
Please, Berserker. Please,
Yeah.
Berserker. Please carry us. Please, pretty please. We have.
Is that what's written down in Rapid Star's notebook right now?
We have two frontliners. Okay. We have someone whose entire job is trying to get you your money, okay? And then we have Renata to make sure that even if they engage on you, they can't kill you.
What I think does not matter in the slightest for this series. Let's get into it.
But it's from the Danganronpa people.
Pongyan? That one. Pongyan? Yeah, he might just be. Watch out. Eep.
Yeah. Okay. It is very cool. Very weepy.
Okay. Berserker is there's a lot of sticks. A lot of sticks in there. As I read on my piece of paper here, Draven good into Callista.
Well, not level 1.
That's
need
what
some levels.
But it's level 2. Oh, whoa, that's a flag. Okay, yeah. Life also agrees. What happened?
He flashed over the wall! He did. They knew where the ward was. Diablo's in a flash. He just flashed over the wall. He's crazy!
Oh, God. Okay, well, Kellen is going to be collected, and he knows he's dead. There goes the Ashe, and that is the first kill for the comp. I think it's pretty obvious. Is now Pungyan's flashing, but so is Vikla, and Pungyan's just dead.
I don't think you can really hold against him, because it did come kind of out of nowhere, and this is just a really big mistake, right? This isn't really excusable. The first one, the level 2 Lily gank, if you get cheesed by that.
Raptor is so incredibly strong. Ladies and gentlemen, he is just going to head over, but they're not. They're actually real. All right, Pungyan, he's going in, does find himself a really nice charm, and Kellen will be taken down. He's just putting the stacks into Berserker, and then walks back to lane, and things are all still awful.
And I can guarantee you, BNK, they also know what the comp for DN Freaks is. Soul Berserker.
Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah, no, not that they were actually real in the movie. I mean that they were represented a dinosaur that did exist in prehistoric times.
Oh, that makes so
I thought that they
sense.
invented the dinosaur, as in, like, the dinosaur was never actually a thing.
I thought you were just setting up for a bit, you know? It's like, oh,
no, they weren't like real dinosaurs.
Okay.
Although the ones in Jurassic World, they were real, because Chris Pratt, like, they were actually his dinosaurs that he had, which was really cool. And that's why he got to use those hand movements so
very
effectively.
Convenient.
Yeah. All right, Kellen is doing his very best here to just volley him down.
Yeah, you know, wouldn't that be cool? And try to move on.
Oh, Life can have to flash. As Diablo, and I don't know whether you win this one, Diablo, as he's going to stick some sticks in there and see what happens. Whirling Death, not quite enough to net yet another kill.
Game-minded individual.
Oh, yeah.
I've actually...
Eyes on the prize, baby.
Pure shit.
All right. Not quite able to get the crash here as the flash out of the Impale is good from Raptor. Still they're going to need a bit more, and Berserker is a raid boss. He is so scary. Kellen takes a quarter of his health bar just off of one as there's the flash jump. Pungyan's found it again, but Raptor this time able to throw out at least a Q to try and get something back. Good bailout, and Berserker is able to get the kill as well. Clear wanting to get on top of him, but the charm to misdirect. This Pungyan guy outside of lane is so incredibly good, and Vikla also going to be lying on the floor. The Dusante
extra amount of damage on his ult, it doesn't matter as
it was the charm.
He went 0-2 in lane. I actually, this is something that I think is actually a really big deal. Is a player that comes in from challengers in a team that is, you know,
By the way, this game is nowhere near over. Or
Oh, not
like
even
that.
a little bit. But I do think DN Freaks are feeling great because Berserker is up 2.5k gold.
Yeah.
Or close to.
Still hasn't died. Diablo dashing over walls, things like this, as he likes to do.
never really know.
Pongyan looking to try and make things dark here as he approaches, and I think I can understand why BNK is standing. Never mind, they're not back. They're actually going to throw out a arrow. Berserker was tanking up that turret and does get Fate's Call. Goes into the Herald. He looked like he got Fate's Call. He did. Watch out, Eve. Berserker might be just going down. 600 gold over to Raptor. Oh my goodness, and now it's Clear's turn to run amok in this fight. That's the power of dinosaurs. Ladies and gentlemen, he is not done yet. And look at this Dominus. The Root Prison comes down. And you don't want to be stuck in a prison with a croc that's that big. Speaking of being far up, Clear.
That's fine. He's a big crocodile. He's a very scary dinosaur. There's 4 people coming. He might be dead. I take it back.
He might be indeed dead. He is still going to flash as the arrow's very cute. That was cute, wasn't it? The arrow sort of flew by. DN Freaks, they do have the feats of strength.
Oh god, if they get mountain, if BNK start stacking mountains.
Pyoshik might get a little tired here as the bowling ball dot doing a fair bit of work here. Clear is taken down to 50% though, and Dudu is not a target that they want to try and go for, as he does at least eat a bit of this CC. 50% of his health bar. That's
it's not brewing, it's just brewing.
Oh yeah, it's just a brewing. And look at the face check on Pyoshik there. He's going to have to flash away. Not going to get sleepy, he's just going to drive his way out. But driving tired is not a very good idea, as he's now going to look for a bit of a back angle as, my goodness, Raptor is so strong. 2 items now done for the Lilia. Get shredded. And Berserker obviously knows that he is the main character. There's no one else that can really get too much done here, as Clear immediately just going to stop Dudu in his tracks. The Atakan is still the focus. Handshake going to miss. The Realm Warp to get Vikla in so deep. Looks for Berserker off to the back end of the fight as Dudu just goes all out. Clear though, he goes all in, and he manages to stun up Berserker. The bailout is going to be there as he flashes away, but it's just not going to be enough. A double for Raptor, 1 for the Croc, and Pongyan's going to try and flash away, but the Dominus, it's looking for him. Another one is going to be required as far as the slices and dices, but looks like Atakan is just going to go over to BNK. And that game that we had written all over our hands.
We now have our answer.
Well, we have the other argument. That's what we definitely have.
Which is
Raptor.
It's Raptor, yeah.
He's also 50 CS ahead. It's feeling a bit better, isn't it?
Back to the Sandstorms. I would actually say Mad Max. I like
Gentlemen, as Berserker and Dudu going for a bit of a flank angle onto Clear. Remember, he does have the ability to be withdrawn, and he manages to get the turret. Wanting to set up for a decent slice angle, gets a good old shield, and it looks like he might be dead. There he goes. So not dead, just all of his health is gone, and he spends some time back home for a few moments. They'll trade that, though, for an inner turret on the...
I'm with you. I think this one is in the bag for BNK.
All right, Pongyan, he's going to find himself a charm as the handshake brings him even closer. Fate's Call from Diablo just gets Kellen out of there, and there goes the Renata. DN Freaks, without their mid laner, without their support, trying to put up a defense. There is at least a front line. Berserker is still alive, but Dudu, he's getting down lower and lower. Pyoshi gets a crash into the wall. That is a really nice impale, but Vikla uses it just to gap close onto the Draven. And this time, Diablo is not diving any fountains. This time, BNK FearX mean business, and the Sandstorm will eliminate the Nexus here in this series. BNK FearX not down and out after throwing away game 1.
이거 그분 풀은 한테 좀 앞으로 오고. 두번 풀 없어. 카노 궁은? 카노 궁 있어. 야, 두번 프릭터 볼게 이거. 넓게 잡아. 넓게 잡아. 내가 풀터 먼저 할게. 내가 풀터 먼저. 나다 그냥 상태부터. 앞라인 찍어야 분야 있어. 나 분야 있어. 나 두분 봐. 타워 봐. 타워 쳐. 떼어 볼게. 나 카노 안 잡아도 돼. 타워 쳐. 타워. 내봐. 지지. 데자뷰 날 뻔. 1명 끝나. 얘네 아래 5초. 아래 6초. 내 말만 듣다 이거. 그렇지. 그래, 제일 정상인인 것 같긴 하다, 어진이가 지금.
Yeah, really having a great time. Vikla somehow did the most damage in the game, which is pretty impressive.
Somewhat surprising. I was thinking that this might be
It'd be Raptor, right?
Yeah.
Given the damage profile.
There it is, locked in. Okay. The quickness of the bullet wave.
Quick call of the bullet wave.
Quick call of the bullet wave. I love it.
Quick call of the explosive bullet wave.
Yeah, quick call of the explosive bullet wave.
Boom!
But the problem is, if Gragas uses his ultimate, he could ruin everything. Diablo, going back to one of his favorites. Back in Challenger, he was playing this all the time. Like when Gumayushi did this yesterday, I was upset because it was Braum and the Lucian that time around. Doesn't feel great. This also to me doesn't feel great. Quick cast.
Oh my god.
Let's get out of the rift for game number 3.
Is able to fight back in lane because it's Diablo.
Yeah.
Diablo's never going to be like, oh, it's MF, pick me Jinx, and now no, that's not what he does, right? So I don't think that there's that much left.
Full damage. Feels less good as Pioshik looking for an early gank here as Vikla may actually have to flash, and he does. As the doggos as well with this bleed. It's a bit scary, but he's drank a potion, so.
We do have the swap come through here from DM Freaks as Clear, optimistic, but he is Jack, so he can just counter-strike, and Kellen's there.
Yeah, and they know that Kellen's there, so Clear is just going to be welcomed.
Nice timing, Bad Life.
Yeah, like that, as Kellen just wandered his way over, and Raptors dove in. Pioshik in position right now as the death ray comes on down, and Raptor gonna have to flash to get himself out of there, but Pioshik immediately follows him. Hepa Polv right on top of Pungyan, so he's gonna go down, but First Blood already went over to the DN Freaks. 1 for 1 as now Pioshik finds himself in an awkward spot. Kellen really needs to find himself a Polv, but he does not have it off cooldown.
We're gonna set up for the dive though, kinda. Yeah, there you go. I was about to say. I wish they did, but he can. Oh,
yeah, he's just dead. He does flash, but Pioshik missing the daggers is suboptimal, and now Pioshik could. Never mind. He is. He just goes.
Don't overcomplicate it. What else do we got? Cost your euphemisms for. Just play the easiest comp you can.
Yeah, please.
Just point and click it.
Yeah.
Right. What else do we got?
Allow you to do your buttons.
Okay.
Something surmountable. That's a cask as Dudu is really putting in work here against Clear, and Leap Strike comes on down.
Early lead on the Fury. Pantheon jungle still just not seeming that great. We'll see if they can make a play here.
Yeah, that is going to be Raptor being able to pick up the crab, but is Kellen just going to die for it? Diablo says no, as in goes Pioshik, now untargetable, but the culling is going to follow him, and there goes the doggo. Shockwave onto 3, the bullet time! It was the shock time chronicler! It happened! Just doesn't do any damage yet.
Didn't do anything! One guy. Alistar also another great target. The Pantheon with E up. He's just never dying. It's not happening.
Oh, Chaos Storm? Oh no, that's not that particular
So if it fails, it's
does stuff. Yeah.
Or you're gonna do like the deep guttural bullet wave.
Yeah, that's my plan. I didn't really want to give it away. All right, there's the alley-oop to himself here for Dudu, and Clear does the same thing again.
That's such a classic triple Dan.
That's what the Tridans were doing last time. Oh, you have been the main issue.
They are our brain tricking us. Oh!
All right, that's a play. Raptor is just going to dive on top of Pungyan.
He's dead.
And Shockwave hits onto 2, and unfortunately, there is no time.
Yeah.
Well, bullet time going to come on through. Hepa Polv, okay, Kellen. As Berserker gets a lot of value out of his flash, but will not be able to keep his plates intact here in this mid lane. And he's getting ganked by a Lucian. I don't know about that one. Teleport is going to come on in there as Raptor flashes for the stun and just takes away the kill, because he may as well. Pioshik able to dash his way out, but that's not really the response that they wanted. Clear is just going to destroy this turret as well. All right. Let's kill Vikla is the game plan here as the quickness comes in first. Doggos are going to close the gap as the flash. Raptor is in position. Shockwave going to pull him out of the stun as well. Nicely done. As now Kellen able to be here to assist Raptor. I just don't know whether it's quite going to be enough, as life is possibly going to die. The Ignite's still ticking, but not going to be enough there. Pungyan also going to be able to stay alive, as is Life, who gets out of lane. He's a god. Really gets stuff done.
It's the laning phase that's the issue.
Yeah.
Which reminds me of another player that used to play for DN Freaks, who I haven't seen him in a while, but his name was Bulldog.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy.
Steal?
All right, Kellen is going to interrupt life here, and that is going to be the first Chemtech Drake. Raptor now just going to die. Nothing he can do about this one. They take their time, but I just don't think he's going to have anywhere that he can go. Kyoshik is able to get the daggers in. There we go. Clear is, I mean, this is the most priority of this game, and I respect it, absolutely. Rift Herald is going to be thrown down in mid, though, and the amount of pressure DN Freaks are putting on to answer this is very, very high. They'll get a charge. They won't be able to get the turret, but that is a lot.
Certainly.
Okay. Do you know what's also coming out? A team fight, I think, as Kyoshik does
now.
flip over the wall. Kellen trying to keep himself healthy. Kyoshik's on target ability is now on cooldown, but the quickness going to be employed here by Life. Kyoshik dives in, but man, he is like paper. Pungyan also just going to be taken out, and I don't think that we're going to get Shocky Wave. It's not happening in this one.
No
They've
Shocky
already
Wave?
tried to use it, and the wave hasn't been used.
Come on, DN Freaks.
See whether they can find it, because they don't have a lot of buttons left up and available. This is still a really important one to go for, as Kellen just trying to deal with Dudu. And this was beautifully played. Make sure they pick this one up. There's the flash in from Clear. I don't know about that one, but Raptor was there to follow up. Life gonna be stabbed and obliterated. And this guy is just a tank. He's an absolute monster. Clear on this. Jax just walks into 3 people and cleans it up. I'll take an Otacon as well. BNK FearX. I love how game number 1 was one of the most horrendous throws we've ever seen.
Yeah, but I do like that our producers are just
they're ready.
Poking and prodding.
All right, Life down to 50%. Just looking for flank angles as, oh my god, the blender has occurred. But maybe it is time. The cask is going to be utilized here, but Berserker, he is already dead. The bullets or the time, they are not going to be able to be utilized in the next upcoming battle. And Clear has made sure that no one has a health bar. Dudu almost just dead as an Empower, I think, would have just taken him out. Thankfully, he gets over his wall, still in a turret going to fall. And because we were so excited about this player when he was playing in Challenger, him and Thanatos.
Oh my god,
Those matchups were so sick.
Ilma.
As that sidestep on the cask, absolutely beautiful here by Diablo, and Dudu has absolutely nowhere he can go. Clear also offering so much damage. Pyoshik getting in there would have been an absolute mistake.
They're gonna march down the base. Yeah. They can't contest because Dudu's dead.
So right after you say that, that's when like Pyoshik's supposed to come in and steal Baron. And
he's on the other end of the map.
No, I agree. And Clear has also decided that team fighting is not something he cares about. Raptor is going to W out of Pyoshik for the moment. Berserker and Pungyan moving on over. But there is not a lot of ability for DN Freaks to actually get into their own jungle.
It's like it goes full circle.
Yeah. Works 60% of the time, every time. Okay, we've got the Grand Starfall as Raptor comes in. They're not going for a flip, but still the bullet time is decent. Shockwave, though, not doing too much of anything at all. Down goes Pungyan. And the stun onto Pyoshik is pretty targetable here, ladies and gentlemen. Clear just wanders over to watch him die, but it's actually... Still, there are 3 left alive, one of them being Berserker, who does have some wave clear. Problem is, not a lot of AoE, and there's the flash forward from Raptor. They don't have Berserker anymore. I told a lie. And the counter-strike from Clear comes on through to spell the end of Life. Dudu, he's a tank Gragas. He's not going to be killing anyone. He can distract them for a little bit, but instead it's a triple kill for Clear. 6-0-5 on this Jax. Do not get this man a real weapon. He will be way too deadly. BNK FearX.
It's rough. He's a player.
It's early in the season, Chronically. He doesn't necessarily need to find it. But maybe he finds it in the Rise group.
I don't know, Atlas. Even at his worst in the past, Pyoshik had the moments.
If we don't,
we're not seeing the moments.
If we don't love him at his worst, then we don't deserve him at his 2022 World Champion, okay? And maybe that's all right.
I just don't want another Rascal situation.
Oh, true.
Because Rascal, man, and he's here today, right?
Yep, he is.
And that man in 2022 was universally agreed upon to be the best top laner.
He had the most solo kills in the league for like 3 years
on a team that was like 8 or 7. It was disgusting. He didn't make playoffs.
Yep.
We'll see.
Wow, that was a bit of a drop-off towards the end of that game, as we can see in the gold graph. Some big damage numbers as Berserker did basically nothing. And I think...
Thank you very much, Max. This is Jisun for the POM interview translation. We are here joined by Clear on the side of BNK Fear X. Congratulations. How do you feel? It's been a while since I got a win and also got the POM to do an interview, so I'm a little shaky, a little nervous, but I will do my best. Everyone, please give it up for Clear. I mean, BNK Fear X is undefeatable in the Saturday Showdown matches. When the stakes are high, you guys are getting stronger. What are your thoughts on the record on the Saturday Showdowns? I mean, I did not really participate in all of the Saturday Showdown matches, so I thought it was irrelevant to me, but now that I have, picked up a couple of wins in the Saturday Showdown as well, I feel like I have been doing some work for the team. Well, game number 1, you had a huge lead on the top lane. The team was having an 8k gold lead as well, but DN Freaks turned the game around. What kind of feedback happened after that game? I mean, we were not really that vocal about the game, but I could tell that everyone is a little bit, losing their mental fortitude. So we wanted to make sure that we can pick ourselves up together for the upcoming potential 2 games. And then game 3, you blind picked Jax, and the opponent locked in Gragas as a counter. Tell us about the mind game behind the drafting. Jax is a very decent blind pickable champion on the top lane, so I wanted to give it a go. Well, you were actually not playing a game against Gragas, you just let him farm as much as he wants to, and you were always ganking Orianna. Was that the winning plan? Yeah, for sure, because looking at the entire game comp, I thought denying the scaling of Orianna would be more important than denying Gragas. And we have a lot of rookies on the side of BNK Fear X, and the young players are getting so much spotlights, Raptor, Diablo. So, any message for your teammates? You guys are doing a great job, but still, please stop messing around, okay? Don't pick on me. They're a little cheeky. And BNK Fear X's final opponent of the first round will be Hana Life Esports. What is your mindset? Hana Life, a very strong team ahead of us, and their top lane, so good. But still, we were actually preparing for the Hana Life match throughout the season, so I hope we can put up a good fight. And this is going to be the end of the interview with Clear on the side of BNK Fear X, and back to the space. Thank you.